Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. William Ruto's government has delivered a shocking message of the century to the hustlers. Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u has hinted at a possible massive retrenchment of lower cadre staff in state corporations to weed out excess workers. The CS, while presenting the 2023-24 budget in Parliament yesterday, indicated that state corporations were filled with excess staff who have not only affected service delivery, but also led to most of the corporations struggling financially. He said the Treasury had instructed the State Corporations Advisory Committee, ACAC, to start a program to rationalize staff establishment to keep them lean in state corporations, mainly targeting support staff. A large number of state corporations rely on exchequer funding to service their payroll and other expenses. Over the years, bloated payrolls have remained a large burden to the exchequer, resulting in cumulated unserviced statutory obligations and pension liabilities running into billions of shillings. He said, yes, that's the message. It's clear that Ruto's government intends on laying off some staff in government. And the staff in this case are the lower cadre, popularly referred to as the support staff. The ones we can accurately call the hustlers, those with meager salaries. I want us to dig deep into this story for Kenyans to understand in clear terms the games being played here. If you are watching us but you are not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes, the government intends on keeping the staff lean because of financial constraints. Yes, that this lower cadre staff are causing unnecessary expenditure for the government. If you look at this support staff, the average salary of a support staff is about 15,000 Kenya shillings. That's the average salary. The government is complaining that they are burdening it. If you look at one CAS salary, to maintain the office of one CAS, you need about 2 million Kenya shillings in a month. 2 million Kenya shillings, if you divide it by 15,000, let's divide 2 million by 15,000 Kenya shillings, we get 133.3. So one CAS, the salary, or rather the amount needed to maintain the office over one CAS can employ 133 support staff, the so-called staff in the lower cadre, the hustlers. One CAS can employ 133. 50 CASs, 50 times 133, that's 6,650. 6,650 650. Why is it that the government, instead of laying off these 660 families, why can the government not just do away with these 50 CAS positions? Because already these individuals, the 50 individuals earmarked for those positions, are billionaires and millionaires, individuals with means. Why is the government going for the poor? 6,650. Yes. Why is it going for the poor? If you look at it very keenly, it's a fact that this is a government that only favors the rich. And Kenyans should now take that very seriously. Ruto's government is a dynastic government. It only cares about the rich. That's the first thing coming out very, very clearly. So the hustlers should know this is a dynasty government, a government that does not care about their welfare as the poor. Secondly, with the increased taxes and with the looming job losses in the government, life is going to be more difficult for the hustler in the coming days. More and more Kenyans will be rendered jobless. We saw William Ruto doing away with Kazi Mtani, an economic, or rather an initiative that was helping the hustlers. And now with this looming retrenchment, you are seeing just the kind of suffering Kenyans are going to face. The poor Kenyans, the hustlers, this lower cadre staff in government. You are seeing the kind of suffering this section of Kenyans are going to face in the coming days. Yesterday, we saw tens of thousands of Kenyans turning out for a job interview at G4S. Instead of the government finding a way of creating employment for the youths, the government intends on rendering them jobless. Look at the content creators. The youth are really struggling to make ends meet. No government in Kenya has ever taxed the content creators. Ruto's government intends on taxing them. So this is a government that does not care at all about Mama Mboga, Boda Boda, the hustlers. Anywhere the hustler can benefit, this government wants to make sure it closes that loophole. That's what I'm seeing here. And Kenyans should not take this lightly. William Ruto is up to no good. Ruto is deliberately punishing the hustlers. And the earlier hustlers realize this, the better. Ruto is very bitter with these people. And I can't just explain why Ruto is bitter with the poor. Something tells me very strongly that Ruto is punishing Kenyans for they never voted for him. He actually found his own way to that seat. Because I strongly believe that if the hustlers voted for Ruto, Ruto could be very sensitive to their plight. But you are seeing on a daily basis, the way the government is running, Ruto is deliberately punishing hustlers. And he never started that today. Immediately was sworn in office, the first thing he did was to remove subsidies on basic commodities, fuel, unga, such basic commodities. Those subsidies were helping the poor, the hustlers, not the rich. So Ruto, the first thing he did was to remove the subsidies, breaking the hustler's leg. After that, he went and he did away with Kazim Tani. And after that, he's creating more positions, and the poor hustlers are now forced to be overtaxed to actually sustain or maintain those offices. Ruto is deliberately punishing the hustlers. Let me leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. For those sending their contributions, feel free to channel your contributions to the number below. Let's enable Nudin undergo a kidney transplant. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.